Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself as Billy Jolie. That's my full name. Just want to let everyone know we're all going through hard times. We all have a tendency to get caught up in the moment, do things that we regret later. If we would have just thought twice before we talked, probably would have been a world of difference. But you learn from your mistakes. No mistakes, there's no learning in the game. That's real. The boys say, no mistakes, there's no learning in the game. It's like the game's filled with what you call like major pain. But that's only if you let it manifest that way. Take all your game that you know, change the lane with it, straight lane it, and let people know that everything you do in life is a game changer, because you're setting up a trend. People follow behind your footsteps, so to speak. People talk about. So you want to make sure you manifest a reality for the ones you love and for all the ones that need that type of guidance. You know, they might not get it in their life. Some may get it, but not the right way. Who's to say I'm right or wrong? I guess that would have to be your opinion to make upon yourself. Always suggest for anyone to do their own research, but do it through the Lord. Do it through Scripture, if possible. You know, keep a renewed mind. Keep a renewed mind. That's one of the major keys. Keep all that extra out your life that don't concern you, that you play no part in, that you can't change. Them stories and them things people talk about, or whatever they got going on in their life, they vent to you all their problems every day. It's not a good thing. If you can't help them with them, and you're not looking for your help, and you play no role. All it does is back your mind up, where you got to keep renewing more and more. And then when you back your mind up without renewing it for a period of time, yeah, everything you know is there. But when it comes time to think real fast, you find yourself got it on the tip of your tongue, so to speak, but you can't exactly get it out. Some people get overexcited, and that just does enough right there to let you know that they backed up like a drive-through, and you're stumbling. Anytime you're stumbling, you're no longer running. Anytime you're stopping, you're no longer in the game. So you got to realize, this day and time, the world we live in, they look at it as a game. They play with you. Some play back, some choose not to, but regardless, the ones that really got it out for you or don't like your vision, or they're going to do everything they can do to mop the floor with you and devour you, because it takes from them. It takes from their popularity. See, they're the type that is doing things for view, like doing things for just money, just for their own benefits. But you know, and things like that, that's okay. That's what pays their bills. But I don't believe you should never let the way you try to play in the game take from someone else's game. Especially if you're not even in competition with them. Especially if they don't even put themselves in a league of competition. Like me, I play for the blood of the game, for the respect for the Lord, or what's real and what's right, down to the realest of it. You know, I try to focus every day on that. Maybe you can inspire someone some way or another, or help them out through the day when they ain't got nobody to talk to. Maybe caught up in the moment by themselves, and maybe they can take something that I said they can relate to that can help them out rather than cause more drama. See, I try to uplift everyone, and I do it even before I do it for myself because this is what I do. I'm an uplifting person, so therefore you're not going to get that out of me. I'm going to continue doing it. I was born in doing it, and it's not going to stop. It's only going to get better and better, but it's all for the good for all of us. You rewind my tracks, or if you know me, or know someone that knows me, they will enlighten you on a whole different person than a lot of people may say or talk about me when I'm not around. Them same people, they mute when they see me because they know they don't even want to bring that topic up because they know right then and there, they were just doing the most to keep you out of the game. See, when you do things for the realest and you do it from your heart and soul, you do it for the right purpose. Yeah, we all have a bad day doing something negative. I mean, come on, that's how you make mistakes, right? That's how you learn. But it's not something we want to continue on. It's something we want to learn to get better at so we can better not just ourselves but other people. This time of day it's hard to influence. It's hard to get anybody to see your view because they're not worried about your view. They're only concerned about their view. But that's well and fine if your view was going somewhere. But if your view is taken for something that is going somewhere that's Lord's work, now that's something you need to be careful with. It talks about in Scripture. Someone's doing something and they're planting a seed and the Lord planted one in them where it should never be. You need to realize why He planted in them. And you need to realize what that person has been through in order to be able for the Lord to even volunteer that. That person's been doing something that you probably don't even aware of. You don't take the time to understand. You don't take the extra time to realize where they're coming from. It's all a big joke and game to you because you don't see life the same way they see it. And everybody's different. You can't control anyone. You only try to be compatible. But the more you try to do for the good, you will realize every time you turn your back, if someone's not doing the same thing you're doing, or they're not doing all that great in your life, they're going to look at that. Well, they don't want you to do that either. They don't want you to come up neither. But when you're doing it for everyone and they don't want you to come up, that doesn't even make sense. That's like when you're like, really? Who does that? Like, where did that come from? I mean, why would they do that? I mean, if they're talking nothing but negative about everything existing, you're talking nothing but positive about changing the world, and they can't relate to that. It's like, whoa, that's someone you need to directly leave with the Lord. Create your distance as much as you can. Pray about it, and because people like that try to destroy your careers. They try to do everything possible to where you can't become something they wanted to become, or something they didn't think of, or something that they like and they think other people like it. Well, if they think other people like it, then they feel like you're going to take their friends from them. Look, you're doing it for everybody. See, there's a difference. Some people are like that. Some people act out of spite and they go back and forth. And you got some people that do it because they're real with it. And if you don't take the time to notice whether they're real or fake, and you just go with someone else's opinion, or you just go right off the top, off the chest, and not from the heart, you got a lot of things you need to, get aware of and to understand and find out, and healing, for yourself. You got a lot of things you to be doing to make you a better person rather than worry about pulling somebody else down. Because if you're trying to pull someone down that's trying to pull for you, you got a lot of healing to do. And I understand it's a spirit, and that's why I deal with what I deal with. It's because I know it comes and goes, and I know where it comes from, and I understand it. So I try to do my best to be able to work around it. If it's in my landscaping, I have to learn how to deal with it, so I can do what's better for me or for the ones I love until I can figure out the way or the Lord shows me or however it takes place. Until ever it kicks in place, I got to do what I can do to make it work. So sometimes you got to learn how to keep your lips zipped and let it be what it is, leave it in the Lord's hand and be the bigger person until that bad spirit goes and then move forward. But don't let it get you off your path. I changed a lot in my life, but I did it for myself. And I realized now that I did it for myself, and I'm happy that I did do it for myself, or it would have been a waste of time. But anyway, just letting you know, try to stay around people that motivate you, that you're inspired by, or they're inspired by you, and that you're moving forward, and that wants to see you do good, and gives you a high five, and is proud of you, and asks you about how things are going when they see you, that acknowledge what you're doing, why you're doing it, understand it, and appreciate it, and will vouch for you. That's the people that are uplifting, that are on good vibes. That's the people that know how to be happy for someone else other than just themselves. Because you always want somebody to be happy for you, but you never want to be happy for nobody else. Now you got to think of that. You can't wear that same shoe on both feet. You got to have two different shoes for two different feet. Once you don't fit both feet. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you can't put your foot in your mouth and still talk. So you got to make sure. I mean, where you at in life? What purpose? And is that gonna cause or help or why? Whatever it is. You just need to find out why you're being that way. You need healing for yourself. You need to figure out why and what can change and benefit you before you just tear somebody else down. Because tearing someone down is pulling for you off. That lets you know you've been burned from birth or from somewhere, and you never had time for yourself to realize who you were before you dove into something else. And I'm not saying it's your fault, but now that you're an adult, I'm going to tell you like my mama told me one day, son, if you could do better, do what you do and we'll support you. And I realized life wasn't as easy as I thought. It gave me a different view of life, how to respect it differently. And I could name up all kinds of things, but it's just want to hit on a few notes and let stay around good vibes, positive people, high vibration, eat healthy, keep it with the Lord, keep your head in the good book, turn the cheek, ain't got nothing nice to say, stay away. Bad people ain't got nothing to say about you good, just don't go in that hood, wherever the hell you at. Much love to you, your boy Gunsmoke. Do it for the Lord, the Creator, the G.O.D. Want to give you air to breathe with. That's what I do, boy. The blood of the game. Much love to you.